This precisely is what we are dealing with changeable metaphors, a variety of different designations used to denote the same people or factions. Recognition of that point was urged as early as 1969 by an acknowledged expert in the field, Professor Matthew Black of St Andrews University, Scotland. The term Essene was acceptable. Professor Black wrote, "Provided we do not define Essenism too narrowly, for instance, by equating it exclusively with the Dead Sea group, but are prepared to understand the term as a general description of this widespread movement of anti-Jerusalem, anti-Pharisaic nonconformity of the period. It is from such an Essene type of Judaism that Christianity is descended." There is support for Professor Black's contention in the work of Epiphanius, the early Christian writer who spoke of the Essene. Epiphanius states that the original Christians in Judea, generally called Nazareans, as in the Act of the Apostles, were known as Essenes. These Christians or Essenes would have confirmed, precisely to Professor Black's phraseology, a widespread movement of anti-Jerusalem, anti-Pharisaic nonconformity, but there is an even more crucial connection among the terms by which the Qumran community referred to themselves was keepers of the covenant, which appears in the original Hebrew as Nozrei HaBrit. From this term derives the word Nozrim, one of the earliest Hebrew designations for the sect, subsequently known as Christians. The modern Arabic word for Christians, Nasrani, derives from the same source. So too does the word Nazarene or Nazarene, which of course was the name by which the early Christians referred to themselves in both the Gospels and the Acts of the Apostles. Contrary to the assumptions of later tradition, it has nothing whatever to do with Jesus' alleged upbringing in Nazareth, which the evidence or lack of it suggests did not even exist at the time. Indeed, it seems to have been the very perplexity of early commentators encountering the unfamiliar term Nazarene that led them to conclude Jesus' family came from Nazareth, which by then had appeared on the map. To sum up, then, the Essenes who figure in classical texts, the Essenes mentioned by Epiphanius and the Oseam, the Qumran community, are one and the same. So too are the Essenes, as Epiphanius calls the early Christians. So too are the Nozrei HaBrit, the Nozrim, the Nasrani, and the Nazareans. On the basis of this etymology, it becomes clear that we are indeed dealing with Professor